Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, happy Tuesday. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat, no? Hindi ko masabing good evening. Although past 6, no? Dahil normally, pagka past 6, good evening na ho tayo. Pero parang, parang ano ba tayo? Parang alauna ng hapon dito. Oh, ang init. Napaka-init ho rito sa London, ha? That is, sa London. Kanina, 27 degrees. But anyway, magandang hapon ho. Happy Tuesday ho sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa program natin. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN. Ito po ang Legal Advice Corner. Welcome. Hindi lang sa United Kingdom, pati ang ating mga kababayan sa apat na sulok ng Europa, Pilipinas, Canada, US, Middle East, Africa, kung saan man ho kayong bahagi ng mundo naroroon, tuloy po kayo, kabayan. So ako, gaya ng nasabi ko, ako po si SONNY LARAGAN. Init na init ako sa London. Hindi ho usong aircon dito. Maliban sa mga opisina. Alamin natin dito sa ating yung ating star of the show. Dahil hindi naman ho talaga akong ang may abilidad or expertise sa larangan ho ng batas dito sa United Kingdom. Siyempre, yung ating co-host ho, no? Yung star of the show natin. Mga kaibigan, ang managing partner ho ng Deo Volente Solicitors or DV Solicitors, ang ating beauty and brains na abogada, walang iba kundi si Attorney DANNA Quinto. Attorney, happy Tuesday sa iyo.
Happy Tuesday, Mr. Laragan! Happy Tuesday, everyone! Welcome back! Tuloy po kayo. And just like what Mr. Laragan said, ang init! Nagtanggal nga ako ng blazer today kanina. The morning was alright. 26 degrees po dito sa Bedford. Lamang ka lang ng 1 degree, Mr. Laragan. Pero yes, we have aircon facilities. Pero for whatever reason, hindi ata nabuksan today. Kasi on and off yung nila, they like opening the windows better. Parang nagulat kami kung gaano kainit. Medyo mainit yung opisina ko, even if may aircon. But parang Pilipinas, may joke sila dito sa akin na pag papasok sila sa whether summer man o winter, yung room ko parati, yung office ko parati yung pinakamainit. Kasi nga daw, I try to keep it Philippines weather daw. So, papasok mga ganito, ang init.
Bakit? Lamigin ka na konti? Lamigin ka? You like it? Yeah. Tama rin. Tama naman.
So ako, I'd rather not. Parang gustong-gusto ko yung medyo mainit. Pero, minsan mafe-feel mo, lalo na kapag humid. And I think today was a bit humid. And 26 degrees, parang sumisemplang yung weather. The other week, it was a bit mild or cold in the morning. And then now, definitely, papunta na si summer. Andyan na. Padating na po siya.
Yeah. Uy, nagpe-prepare ka na, attorney, di ba? I saw your post yata. May nakita akong post na yung sa mini gym nyo, no? Diyan sa inyong place, no? Ano to? Yan, oo. Kompleto ba yan? Ayan. So, ano ginawa mo dyan? Nag-bump thumbs and ano ka?
Elliptical ako. I ran a little bit, but I'm trying to get more into, yung kettlebells kasi para 30 minutes lang. Solid na yung workout. So, pinawisan din talaga ako. But, yan, naghahanap ako ng bundok. Sana makapag-akit din, makapag-akit ulit tayo uli. First time pala natin magsama-sama sa bundok. So, I'm really looking forward. I'm trying to get my fitness level dahil nakaka-inspire ka, Mr. Laragan. So, itong co-host ko po, from 183 pounds?
85 pounds, yeah. More than 84 kilograms.
150 to 150
Yes.
pounds. Is that right? Napakagaling.
Yes.
And you did it in such a...
Ay, nawala yung audio niya. Sandali. Ayos natin kay Direk yun. Pag nagsiswitch siya, nawawala ka eh. Okay, alright. Sige, ayan.
Yeah, I was just saying, nakaka-inspire ang aking co-host dahil from 183 pounds to 150 pounds, I think that's right. Tama ba? 33 pounds in
185,
a man.
yeah, bilis.
185 rather to 150 in about 4 months or so. Very sustainable, napaka-healthy na lifestyle. Nakaka-inspire. It's really inspiring a lot of people. So, well done.
Well, marami na ako na-inspire. Yung director natin, medyo maluwag na yung pants niya na nahuhulog sa kanya. Yung aking sweetheart nga, si Sole, yung kanyang, braba tawag doon, lumuluwag, no? Ganun. So may nangyayari. So sabi ko, unti-unti lang. Sa akin, very drastic yung pag-ano ko eh. Mabilis, less than 1 month, attorney, na ako eh. Ang bilis ng loss ng na-gain ko, o na-lose ko na na fat, no? So amazing talaga. I'm so amazing. I'm really blessed, no? Sabi ko nga, I was thanking the Lord na wow, parang I stumbled upon something, no? I stumbled upon something. I don't want to call it parang the fountain of youth, no? Pero I stumbled upon something which you could probably liken to the fountain of youth, no? So
I totally agree. I totally agree. Very inspiring.
Pero meron pa ako surprise sa'yo next, yung losing, pero lang yan, ayoko lang sabihin muna kasi pangit naman, baka mausog eh. Tapos hindi rin mangyari. Pero Pero ikaw, ano ba yung goal mo ngayon? Fitness? Because I'm not really into running now eh. Hindi na ako nagtatakbo kasi dahil, anong tag dito? Kaya baka hingalin ako pag akit natin ng bundok, no?
Kaya mo po yan. I think for me, just generally get back into a more healthier routine rather na medyo pinapawisan, toner siguro yung muscles, and ready umakit ng bundok. Kasi weather's better, so the mountains are calling. So pag may window of opportunity, ready. So very much looking forward to that. Ako mahilig ako sa summer. Summer.
Summer. We shouldn't lose the summer. Summer's here. Let's make the most of it because we're gonna be waiting for another summer. Pagdating ng autumn at saka winter, we'll just have parties. Pero yun nga, iba yung summer, yung fun outdoor, diba? The sunshine. So you wouldn't believe this, attorney, but I've never worn yung mga shades ever in my life. Yeah. Yes. I never ever. Baka ngayong summer ko first time gawin. Kasi nga may grado mata ko. So parang I've never ever. Kaya nainggit ako eh. Kaya siguro ngayon I'll have a different look for the summer of 22. Summer of 22, ganda, no? Summer of 22.
Summer of 22.
Summer of 22.
Natin after 2 years of on and off lockdown.
Yes. Oo nga.
I think this is the first time na parang wala talaga, at least for the UK, wala talagang restriction. Travel as well. Travel's opened up. So, it's quite exciting. Na-feel ko yung excitement after, kahit yung mag-picnic lang sa park na hindi mo isipan kung magla-lockdown. Or umalis for like a long weekend, hindi mo isipin kung magba-vaccination. Ano ba yung test nila? PCR test or antigen test pabalik. I think that really, yung ganong ease of travel, that's very...
Yeah, maluwag na, di ba? Maluwag na ngayon na halos lahat na, mga supermarkets. Some people do it, pero very rare, very lang. Kumbaga, kukunti na lang yung mga yan. On the whole, na talaga, we anywhere you go, gyms, restaurants, talagang wala nang mask yung mga tao, no? So, yun ang ating Yeah. Pero ikaw ba, are you feeling that you've gained some weight, or are you trying to lose some weight, some fat, or ano mo ang goal mo ngayon? Or
I think what
fitness
I
lang, fitness
lost,
lang.
yeah, what I lost yung toneness ko because you lose that kung hindi talaga ako, yung routine ko before, I had a more rigorous routine for a long time, for the longest time, Mr. Larang. It was part of my life. May community, may gym community ako. I want to say hello sa mga taga-gym, dati kong gym sa St. Albans. So it was really great in my life. I would go, kahit on and off, siguro may off-season ako ng 2 months or 3 months, pero pabalik-balik ako. You know, I'd get into on a whole year, there would be a certain period of time. Hindi yung katulad nung simula nung nag-pandemic and when I moved to Bedford na nawala talaga yung element na yun. Wala akong home gym. Although I went to jiu-jitsu for a while na ano din kasi tumaas yung cases. But I didn't have that, yung almost like a lifestyle. Na-miss ko yun. I really miss that. When you're a gym goer, it's not just about the fitness and lahat yun syempre importante. But when you see your friends, and they're still friends of mine, alam mo yung talagang I keep in touch with this. Yung mga naging gym friends ka, I went to the same gym for 10 years sa St. Albans.
Wow, talaga. Wow, ang galing, ha? Tagal. Right, wow, okay. Wow.
At the same people, I went to the same people, so we saw each other sort of, you know, have milestones in life. So
okay. Oh, good. So 10 years, syempre, di ba? You've gotten this really parang real close friends in a way because 10 years, nag-gym doon, no?
But in this way, Mr. Laragan, nung una ako nag-gym, law student pa ako.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Oh, tama, no?
Alam mo na nung baby DANNA pa ako, ano pa ako, bubwit pa ako. So, really good friends of mine. And I try to see them. Hirap nga lang talaga mag-schedule after the pandemic. But
pero ito ang gym na may membership.
May membership, yeah. May membership.
Hindi kaya ko lang nabanggit kasi because I don't know if you saw the post of Edgar Duway. Meron siya sariling gym eh. Meron siya sariling lat machine, yung parang 3-in-1 o 4-in-1 o 5-in-1 na machine. Yung kung tawagin nila, ano ba tawag nila mga, how do they call that? Yung may mga cables.
Yeah, the cable. Ano tawag yung TRF cables or something
mga ganun,
like that?
Basta may cables siya. Meron siyang kumpleto. Meron siyang mga kettleballs. Hindi mo nakita yung post niya. Kasama niya yung mga anak niya. Nag-exercise.
Yun. Gym buff din ata yun eh. I think gym buff din yun for a while. Gym. Yeah, may sarili din.
Ang galing. And I think yata, as far as I know, Ed was trying to aspire to be a fitness instructor yata at one time, so he was trying to get his qualification. Yata. Siguro that's the reason why he is into that, no? So, good. Good for him.
It's very good.
Very inspiring. So, nakakatuwa yan, no? So, Nakakatuwa. Well, we're talking, pasensya na ako kay mga kaibigan, pinag-uusapan namin weather, mainit-init dito, and also yung fitness because malapit na yung summer. At may bala ko kami, we will try to climb at least a mountain. I don't know kung kakayanin, pero with my fitness, so, subukan natin. Let's give it a try. So, for 2022, give it a try, di ba? Pagka hindi, let's do it again. Di ba? Let's do it again. Ganun lang naman yun, di ba? Ganun. Pag bumagsak ka sa test, ulit lang, no? Ganun lang, no? Ayan. Okay, all right. It's our...
Sir Laragan, you were telling me may kwento ka kanina. Ano ba yung kwento? Parang na-excite ako, nalimutan ko.
Which one? About what?
Hindi ko alam. Hindi mo sinabi kasi sabi mo, dapat kwento mo sa part ng catch-up natin. But I don't know.
Nakalimutan ko na. Pero ano ka? Hindi, ano ba? Nakalimutan. Siguro sa ano lang, sa
mamaya after the break.
Mamaya pag ano. Today we have a topic pala, attorney, no? But before we go into the guessing the first person who's gonna be greeting us, the usual thing that we do, ano ang topic natin today? It's breach of duty, ano ba ito?
And
And vicarious liability.
Vicarious liability or liability of employers. I mean, napapansin ko at napaproud ako, Mr. Laragan. Napakaraming ng business owners na Pilipino dito ngayon. Napakarami na nag-uumpisa ng negosyo, nag-uumpisa ng restaurants, all sorts of businesses. So hopefully hindi ito panakot. This is a part nitong dagdag kaalaman day natin. And this particular area of law na bakit minsan kahit yung employee mo yung may kasalanan, ang ultimately may kasalanan din ang employer, and that's what I call vicarious liability. And this is part of our negligence series. So napakadami na natin. Matagal tayong tumambay sa divorce at sa matrimony. We're gonna move a little bit dun sa civil law. So we talk about, this is in the context of a professional negligence or generally negligence, negligence situation, whether road traffic man yan, yung tinatawag nating public liability or employee liability na meron akong one case na yung mainit na spaghetti natapon sa kanya ng waiter. And that's, sakop din yan ng negligence friend. The same thing with clinical negligence with doctors, and di lang doctors, lawyers too. May mga professional negligence then, cases against lawyers, against accountants, against surveyors. So it's everywhere tong issue na to. But hihimayin natin, and ito yung stage 1 pa lang. Duty of care, breach of duty and care. And bakit? At anong sitwasyon na yung mga employers sakop pa rin ng kasalanan ng employees nila.
Okay, nag-aral ako ng law sa Pilipinas. Umabot ako ng third year, hindi ko na natapos for some reason. Nung third year kami, one of our subjects then was torts and damages. Dito ba nung nag-aral ka ng law, meron torts ba dito sa UK?
Yes, law tort. Yeah, that's exactly one of my favorite. And mostly, that's civil law. That's yun yung extent ng practice ko as a solicitor.
Okay. Kasi parang vicarious liability sa Pilipinas kasi yung mga codal provisions natin doon. We were studying the civil code. I don't know, I forget ko how many articles yun. But just the same yung jointly and severally, ganyan, liable, jointly and severally, ganyan sa Pilipinas. Dito wala bang ganyan, jointly and severally? Meron pa rin dito? Meron dito.
Meron din po silang vicarious, I think from what I read about it, meron din silang principle of vicarious liability sa sa Philippine law. And this is normal, nakikita mo to on different jurisdictions. Iba-iba lang siguro yung nuances ng application. Pero this is something to think about kung employer ka. And ano yung practical considerations? Ano yung pwede mo magawa to mitigate yung exposure mo sa risk na to?
Ayun. Sino yung employer?
Employer, yeah.
To mitigate. Okay. Ibig sabihin na mitigate to para mapababa o to lessen. Kasi yung mga terminologies natin, no? Para
spoiler, insurance. And spoiler, bakit tayo kumukuha ng insurance dito? And that's exactly the reason why. And I'll tell you all about that.
Sige, ayun, maganda. Importante yan. Maraming Pinoy maganda yung ano na yan, no? Maraming mga Filipinos. And also, maganda ma-encourage yung ating mga kababayan to go into business para maraming mga Pinoy na mga nasa negosyo. Lalo na yung restaurant business, especially trying to promote Filipino food, no? Para maiataas natin ang pero nabanggit mo yung waiter na nabuhusan o something. So ito maganda pag-uusapan katalakayan ni Attorney DANNA Quinto kung ano yung mga liabilities and probably ways to mitigate, kung paano mapabawas yung liability. So, ayan. Okay, in the meantime, let's go to our Pagbati Center, section.
Ayan.
Go.
Pagbati Center, para tayong call center. Hello!
Hello, yes.
Hello!
Okay, ayan, okay. Diana, pagbati natin. Sino kaya unang bumati sa atin para to acknowledge, no? Parang
Wala ako. Nailistahan ako last week. Sabi ko, lilista ko kung sino para fair. Wala ako naman.
Ganun ba? Okay. Hindi, pero sige, in the absence of it, wala, minsan ganun, okay lang, it happens. Kaya nga sabi mo, di ba, yung mga accidents, yan ang part ng life ng work natin lahat. Kasi di ba, kung hindi magkakaroon ng problema, aksidente, it's everything, di ba? Yung mga
Human error is a
anything,
fact of life. Yes,
ako,
human error is a fact of life. Parte
oo.
po yan ang buhay. Parte ng
Pag
pilot
nagiging-
error na.
pag nagiging clumsy ako, I don't know if you feel this thing. No, kunyari minsan ayaw mo maramihan masyado yung kamay mo, alalay lang paghawak mo din sa isang kunyari pinggan o whatever. Mamaya dahil inaalalay mas prone into accident yon. So minsan isipin mo lang, sana hinawakan ko na lang mabuti, hindi baling marumi na, maghuhugas na lang uli ako. Yung sometimes, I don't know if you know, you will try to parang nag-iingat-ingat, tas konti lang effort, tapos yun ang magiging cause ng aksidente. Minsan masasabi ko, sayang pala, inano ko na lang, ganun. Yung mga ganun, minsan nababasag yung
Minsan ganun. And ang
So,
lesson talaga ba, parte talaga ng buhay. Parte ng buhay ang aksidente, parte ng buhay ang human error. You know, sometimes siguro, ano lang talaga, medyo hindi maiwasan. Kaya may mga cases na gano'n. I'll explain yung background mamaya.
Yes.
Pero
Oo.
hulaan muna natin kung sino.
Wala mo na natin. Sino una? Sino at una attorney? Diyan, sino at unang-una?
Last week kasi, from what I can remember, si Oliver Fernandez yung pinili ko. So this week, si Marian Galicia Paner na naman.
Okay. Hindi, wala na, actually, hindi naman sila magtatampo sa'yo because you're giving, both of them are your, di ba, your choices, except, hindi lang nagtutugma, ganun. So, parang ganun lang. O, sige. Okay, Marian Galicia Paner. Sige, let's go. Let's see. Si Marian ba? Oliver Fernandez. Ang tindi ni Oliver. We love this guy because imagine all the way from Seattle State, Washington State yan, ha? Sige, attorney.
Correct. Oliver says, Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hope you're all having a good evening. Let us get empowered by learning from today's discussion. Cheers, Attorney Donna, Kuya Sonny, and Direct Pao. Cheers to you,
Cheers
Oliver.
to you. Tama. It's empowering, ha? Sa topic natin today, marami makikinabang. And yung mga future entrepreneur or dagdag kaalaman yan. Okay, sino susunod natin?
Clay.
Sino
Ay,
next?
paninindigan ko na si Marian Galicia Paner.
Marian Galicia Paner pa rin. Okay. Alright. Sino pangalawa? Direct, yung ating fanfare. Ayan.
Ayan na. Ayan. Ay, si Analu!
Uy,
May
naka-
bago! Naku,
May bago si Analu, lumalaban. Oo.
lumalaban si Analu.
Lumalaban si Analu.
Amazing
Good.
evening, Kuya Sonny, Attorney Donna, Direct Pao. Hello, everyone. That's from Analu Antipas. Napakasipag nitong si Analu. Tsaka napaka-good vibes. Parating good vibes
Oo.
yun sa social media eh.
Mukhang
Salamat, Analu.
love na love ka ni Analu, no? Ikaw, Attorney Dana, direct pa, ang malalaki yung mga pangalan, no? Siguro, no? Oo.
Love na love din natin siya. Hindi, baka naubos
Ano lang. Okay.
Naubos lang.
So bago si Analu, hindi siya regular na nasa top 3, no? So magaling siya ngayon. In fact, na-notice ka, parang siya unang nag-like sa atin, no? So, sige. Sino susunod natin, Attorney?
Feeling ko si Rudy Librojo. Si
Rudy Librojo, yes. Kasi magandang ano to. Let's see, si Rudy Librojo nga ba? Tingnan natin. Ma'am Cora. Sige, kita mo, lumalaban sila Ma'am Cora, ha? At saka si Analu, ha? Sumisikip na yung ating yung ating medal standing.
Very impressed. Ayan, Tito Cora. Hello, Sir Sonny, Attorney Donna, at lahat. Maligayang gabi. Maligayang gabi po, Tito Cora. Hopefully.
Maligayang gabi, oo. Ito, nagganto na ako ng suot dahil sabi ko, grabe, init. Alam mo ba, pag mainit, talagang hinihingal, I don't know, nakakapagod talaga, di ba? Very draining ang init, no? So,
very draining. Make sure hydrated ang lahat dahil yun ang hydrated ka, nakakasakit ng ulo yan eh. Yan. This is Health Advice Corner reporting.
Yeah, Health Advice Corner.
Lahat tayo caps lock yan.
Sabi mo, Health Corner, healthy yan. Dahil kita naka-all caps eh. Healthy siya ngayon.
Hello, Sonny and Attorney Donna and everyone. Happy Tuesday again to you. All and also to Direct Pao. Happy Tuesday po, Tita Emily.
Mabuhay, Lady Emmeline. Lady Emmeline yan. Si Lady Emmeline.
hindi talaga kumukupa si Tita Emeline.
Yes,
Every,
yes, yes.
yung
Yes,
Sunday,
yes.
yung Sunday na pictures
Yes.
niya, talaga inaabangan ko
Uy!
yan eh.
Kaibigan natin
Ayan.
si Eman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello,
Oh.
Eman!
Oh, taga ano yan?
DG.
Taga Portugal, si Eman. Wow, we love this guy. Oh,
Sa
kasama
Lisbon.
natin. Oh, kasama natin on Wednesday minsan meron siyang bibigay siya ng mga tips ng sa mga best places to go to dito sa Europe.
Uy, maganda yan. Gusto ko yan.
Si Eman, mabuhay. Yan.
Okay, yan.
Sige. Ayan, pakibasa, attorney. Sige, ayan.
Good day, Attorney Dana, Mr. Laragan, and Direk Pao from
Mabuhay.
DG Eman
Si Eman,
from Portugal.
Aba, tayo nasa Wimbledon siya ngayon, nasa bahay.
Tita Emeline, ayan na.
Hindi lumayas, wala siyang ano ngayon, wala siyang layas.
Walang gala.
Walang gala. Oh, yung gala, that's the right word. Walang gala. Oh.
Walang gala, yan.
Walang gala, yan. Oh, okay. Ayan. Oh.
Paolo Ainza Luna, good day po, Sir Sonny and Attorney Donna. Good day then, Paolo.
Good day, Paolo. Good day.
Salamat sa pagbabalik, Paolo.
Good day. Uy, wow.
Ayan, si Edgardo,
Oh.
moving reporter natin. Ayun na. Happy Tuesday to Mr. Laragan, Attorney Donna, Direk Pao, and to the viewers. Jubilee and Northern Lines are very busy. Attorney Donna, are you doing Pilates or yoga on your photos? Okay ba? Lots of learning again today. Thanks. Yes, I was
May
doing
advice.
yoga. Yeah. Ako for me, yoga is very good. Both Pilates and yoga are very, very good. Hindi ako expert, but ano lang ako. I find it very useful. Yung Pilates more on sa core, and yoga is more on stretching.
Core.
Yeah.
Core. Ang Pilates? Ay, hindi ko pa na-experience ang Pilates, hindi ko pa na-experience ang yoga. Ang concept ko ng yoga, posing. Ano ba ang yoga talaga? What when you say, ako nag-yoga?
Yoga is holding poses. So it looks like you're stretching, but actually may mga powerful na mga stretch and powerful poses na yung body weight mo ang magiging parang gamit mo to work out.
Ano ba yung mga pose? Ano ba mga posing yan? Ano ba yan? Kasi nakikita ko yung nakaupo na nakasquat ba na parang ganun yata, di ba? Mga ganun ba? Ayan, talaga. So, you're putting some body weight, tapos pero a bit of parang stretching siya, pero nagpo-pose ka, ganun, nagpo-posing.
A bit of stretching and posing.
Okay.
May mga inversions, but it's very good, very healthy. Ako kasi may slight advantage ako dahil I'm genetically double jointed. So, very mobile po ako. So,
Double jointed? Teka natin, hindi ko naintindihan. Ano ibig sabihin ng double jointed?
Very flexible. Pag double jointed ka, very flexible. Hyper mobile, hyper flexible.
Pero
ka.
is it an expression or literally you're double you've got two hindi ko
I
alam.
think literally, kung ganun, may mga double jointed ka talaga. Normally,
So
hyper mobile.
ang kaming ordinary na we just have one set of joints. Kunya joints ka, tapos sa iyo parang may extra joint, ganun?
I don't know, that's just what they say. May kaklase ako na ortho, but that's the explanation why sometimes naturally mas flexible yung
So pwede ka mag-bend talaga na tapos nahi yung talagang ako hirap ako nakatayo tapos abutin yung toes ko. Hindi ko kaya.
Tawag nila sa akin mukha daw akong flat pack na makikiya.
Wow, okay, good. Pero can you somersault?
Yung bata po ako, hindi ko pa na-try yung Napaisip ako. I can split.
Pero hindi kayong tatalon ka na tapos biglang tayo ka uli o nakaano ka gano'n yung tatambol ka gano'n.
Walang naging occasion lately para mag-summer.
Good. So you're magaling ang katawan mo, maano pala. So good. Oh. Good.
Yeah, and I thought alam mo nung bata po ako, parang naisip ata na ipa-gymnastics ako kasi nag-move kami ng Mindanao so wala kasing mga ganun na program doon. So when I figured it out nung nag-yoga na ako, so super flexible na po. ano ko. So, very strange sometimes. It doesn't mean
No, okay yan. Mas maganda nga yan because I hope it carries on till you reach your 50s, 60s, 70s. Alam mo na,
Yes.
'di ba? Kasi yan ang problema ng mga tao, yung mobility pagka nagkakaedad, loss of muscles, loss of movement, and I think it was hindi ko alam kung sa TV ko nakita ngayon o hindi ko mano na yung mga falls, pagka may edad ka na, yung mga falls, yun ang mga number sa mga aksidente sa A&E, parang ganun eh. Mataas ang statistics nun. Yung mga, because they fall, di ba? Napafall yung mga matatanda. They lose their balance, ganyan. Oo, yun.
Right.
So, I hope you carry on, no? Ako, yun ang gusto ko mangyari sa akin, yung mobility, yung, ano ba tawag sa mo, yung MOBA, yung basta until I reach probably 70, 80, 90, o agile, ganun, oo. Kasi hindi lahat ganyan eh. Ngayon, yung mga ka-age ko, nahirapan sila magsuot ng pantalon, no? Minsan, sasandal sa wall, o kaya uupo sa bed, o kaya hihiga, ganun, no?
Yeah.
Oo. So far, ako naman, tigi-isang foot ko, kaya kong magtanggal ng medyas ng parang nakatayo, no? Sana magtuloy-tuloy, no? I hope I can still have it. Oo, ganun. Oo, yan.
Ayun.
Okay,
Oy, si
sino ba?
Stanley. Andiyan na si
Oy, Stan.
Stanley. Hi, Stanley. Mayong gabi.
Saan nakabase nga si Stan? Saan ka nakabase, Stan?
Ay, si Stan ako, sinabi niya to. Ito ba yung naka-oak? Ano?
Yeah. Burnt oak. Mga ganun, mga burnt oak, mga ganyang mga
Malapit
places.
sa burnt oak.
Tama. Mabuhay, Stan, ha? Chinese ba siya? Half Chinese or something? Lee?
Ilonggo po yan.
Pero mga Chinese, diba? May iba pa Ilocano, may mga Chinese eh.
Vegan. Alam ko hindi po yan yung last name niya eh.
Okay. But Stan mabuhay. Pero Stan is the first name. Stan mabuhay. Nice ha. Okay.
Sabi ni Stanley, maganda. Ipapasahin ko.
Wala
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. Balik natin si Stan. Ayan.
Stanley says, magandang gabi po, Sir Sonny at Attorney Donna at sa lahat ng viewers. Like and share po natin ang live para dumami po tayo. Thank you so much.
Ito, dapat ito kunin nating social media manager, no? Itong si
Stan. Salamat yun, Stanley.
Stan, magaling. Okay.
Salamat yun po. Ayan nga pala yung ko. Andito na.
Oy, Maria, anong nangyari sa'yo? Ikaw pa naman hinulaan ni attorney, no? Ayan. Sige, okay lang.
Bagong profile picture. Gusto ko lang batiin si Marian Galicia. Kanya at ang bago niyong profile picture. Ganda. Very nice. Marian Galicia Panera says, hello po, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Donna. At sa lahat, happy Tuesday po and stay safe.
Tuesday.
Always. Maulang hapon sa inyo.
Saan yan? Saan kayo maulan? Bakit maulan? May part siguro na maulan eh. Kasi nag-usap kami ni Direk, no? Si Pao. Ang forecast, hindi naman forecast kung ano yung ng weather ngayon. Umuulan eh. Sabi ko, hindi umuulan. Ito mainit. Hindi. Baka anong lugar ka? Teka na, let us know para at least alam namin. Magandang dagdag kaalaman din yan. Okay, sino susunod na yan? Sanchez Grace.
From Portugal as well. Good afternoon, everyone. Watching from Lisbon, Portugal.
Parang gusto ko na pumunta ng Portugal dahil meron tayong kaibigan sa Algarve, si Eman. Si Sanchez Grace. Diyan tayo sa Lisboa, no? Hindi ko pa napunta ng Portugal. I've never been to Portugal. I've been to most of the countries in Europe. Punta na ako Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, Poland, Czech Republic, France, Italy, lahat napuntahan ko ng most of, pero itong hindi ko pa napupunta yung Portugal na yan. Dapat mapuntahan natin.
I wanted to go there for climbing once upon a time, a very long time ago. Pero sana.
Napunta ka na, attorney?
Gusto ko dating pumunta kasi may parang climbing area dyan. Malapit ata.
Parang sa Malaga, pagpunta mo sa Malaga.
May ganun, parang may area. One day.
Ako naman, kaya ako parang siyempre, di ba, ako, galing tayo sa Catholic school, no? So, yung Our Lady of Fatima, di ba? So, Fatima yung mga shepherd na mga children na, di ba, na nakakita sa Virgin Mary. Our Lady of Fatima, sa Fatima yon, sa Portugal. So, yun ang purpose ko. Pero ngayon, meron na tayong mga kaibigan kamukha sa Lisbon, sila Grace Sanchez, si Eman de Guzman na nandun sa Algarve. So at least
Algarve, yes.
Algarve. At meron man nagyaya sa atin nung nagsishow tayo ng embassy natin, kaibigan mo, may mga kababayan tayo, punta ka rito, Sunny, kami na bahala, pagkain, gano'n. Ganun ba? Sige, okay lang. Sige, pag napunta tayo yan. Okay, attorney, we're gonna have a short break. And when we come back, yung dagdag kaalaman ko, ano bang mga strategies, no, kung sakasakaling sumabit ang waiter mo, nabuhusan yung client, yung customer, ano mga ways to mitigate, no, ma-lessen yung mga responsibility, yung mga obligation, ano ba tawag doon, yung mga damages or yung yung liability. Ayun.
Exactly.
Okay. So wag ko kayong alis, saglit po lamang, kami po ay magbabalik.
Mula doon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%, all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
May problema ka ba sa landlord mo? Baka AV ka na ni Kuya. May problema sa mga kapitbahay, sa trabaho. O kaya naman kay Mister o kay Mrs. Away tungkol sa mala, mga may utang, mga aksidente, daing o laban sa ospital or sa NHS. Harassment? O baka naman may stalker ka na gusto mong ireklamo? Punta na sa DV Solicitors para matulungan ka pagdating sa mga litigations at iba pang mga legal concerns. DV Solicitors at 2nd floor, Howard House, St. John Street, Bedford, MK42 0DJ. Tumawag sa 01234-350-244 or 01234-225-188 o kaya naman mag-email sa d.quinto@dvsolicitors.com. Visit our website at www.dvsolicitors.com.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras buong linggo sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, welcome back sa ating program, sa ating napakainit dito sa London ngayon, 27 degrees kanina. Ano ba ang weather ngayon? Di ko tanong nga si Siri. Siri, hey Siri, what's the weather now?
It's currently clear and 24 degrees.
24 degrees?
Cloudy skies starting in the morning. Today's high will be 26 degrees. 26. And the low will be 10 degrees.
Okay, 26. Pero nasa kotse ako kanina, yung reading namin 27. Okay, well, welcome back sa ating program. Ito po ang ating programang Legal Advice Corner. Ako po si Sonny Laragan. Siyempre, kasama natin yung pinakamamahal nating abogada, ang star ng show on Happy Tuesdays. Walang iba kundi si Attorney DANNA Quinto. Happy Tuesday once again, Attorney. No? Welcome back. Ayan.
Welcome back then sa mga viewers natin. Happy
Oo.
Tuesday, happy Dagdag Kaalaman Day. Andito na naman tayo. Hopefully, meron tayong mga impart na legal at practical knowledge sa ating mga kababayang Pilipino dito sa UK. And
Sigurado yan.
yes,
Sigurado yan.
oo nga.
Sigurado, Tony, dahil ako, i-set up ko na yung aking ballpen para makatake ng
Ayan.
notes. Okay, so attorney, ang topic natin is breach of duty and vicarious liability. Yung vicarious na yan, medyo ano yan eh. Parang you feel the same, parang vicarious, kakala nila vicar, baka parang Diyos o parang pari o no, vicar, kasi ganyan, no? Hindi vicarious, parang pareho, parang vicarious feeling eh. Automatic, vicarious liability.
Oo, automatic na liability.
Tama yan. So maganda. Okay, so take it away, attorney. Breach of duty and vicarious liability, the liability of employers. Sige, take it away.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Laragan. Andito po tayo, negligence series po after nating tumambay ng ilang weeks sa divorce and matrimonial law and children law. Andito naman tayo, punta tayo ng konti dun sa civil side ng law dito sa UK. Parating yung naririnig, negligent yung yung doktor ko, negligent yung abogado ko, negligent yung employer ko. Ano ba talaga ang meaning ng negligence dito? And what do you need? Anong elements ng case ang kailangan mong i-prove to have a successful negligence case? So this is part 1, stage 1 ng puto. Sabi ko nga, hihimayin natin, iisa-isahin natin. Tatlong sangkap, 3 elements of the case in order to prove a successful negligence case. So hindi lang yan clinical negligence. This is a wide area of law. You can have professional negligence, medical, accounting, solicitors, legal, surveyor, construction workers, builders. Meron ding negligence sa pagmamaneho, negligence in terms of yung tinatawag na occupier's liability dahil hindi safe yung premises para sa mga guest and para sa mga pumupunta doon. Or sometimes yung employer mo, which was a bit controversial nung COVID situation, hindi safe yung inyong place of employment and hindi nila nabigyan ng reasonable protection yung kanilang mga employees. So that principle, hindi lang siya minsan sinasabi na negligence lang dahil in this particular area of life. Hindi po. Negligence is a very broad topic. And tatlo, as I've said, tatlo yung sangkap niya. The first one, which we will talk about today, is breach of duty. But before we do that, sabihin natin yung tatlo. It's breach of duty. Pangalawang sangkap is causation. And pangatlong sangkap is loss or losses. So remember that. So first now, today, all we will talk about is breach of duty at may konting extra topic, may bonus topic po tayo ng vicarious liability or liability of employers sa mga negligent act ng kanilang employee. And the reason why I'm taking that topic up is because napapansin ko at napaproud ako na napakaraming Pilipinong nag-uumpisa ng kanilang negosyo dito sa UK. So just a bit of extra knowledge and at the end practical application ng law na to. How can you manage the risk? Or if ikaw yung claimant, how can you deal with this issue? Dahil isa to sa pinaka wildly contested na elements of case. It's to saan talaga nagfe-fencing ang mga abogado ng kanilang mga legal arguments. So without further ado, ano ba yung breach of duty of care? So duty of care, as it speaks, as it's straightforwardly, is yung duty mo to provide reasonable care. If it's in the context of doctors, is to provide reasonable skill and care in treating the patient. If it's in the context of abogado, reasonable skill and care in terms of providing advice. So when you assume responsibility for a relationship, and that's quite obvious most of the time, doctor-patient, solicitor-client relationship, sometimes employer-employee, sometimes manufacturer and product user, motorway user, motor vehicle user, and another motor vehicle user. You assume responsibility. Meron tayong responsibilidad to be reasonably careful, to be reasonably competent dun sa ginagawa natin. So that's the premise of that. Ngayon, kung sasabihin natin na ano ba yung standard, saan ba natin makikita yan, Attorney Dana? If I will say, ikaw, yung tao na to, may duty of care nga siya, meron siyang responsibility, assume niya yung responsibilidad sa akin because, for example, doctor ko siya, or in this, for this particular example, sabihin natin doctor ko siya, paano natin malalaman kung na-breach niya nga? Saan ko ba hanapin yung standard of care na yan? Meron ba diyang 50%, 51%? Makikita mo ba yan? Meron ba yung calculator na breach na yung duty niya when it passes that? Ang test na to, when you look at standard of care, kung nag-fall below ba siya, that depends on a reasonable body of expert dun sa field na yon. So tatanungin, yung ginawa ba ng tao na to, was that proper? Was that reasonably proper? Reasonably competent? Tatanungin mo ang isang eksperto din o isang reasonably competent expert dun sa field na yon. So hindi mo tatanungin yung eksperto sa kabilang field. Ang tatanungin mo, yung eksperto din dun sa field na yon. So most of the time in situations like that, we look for expert. Tatanungin namin, kung ano ba, kung ikaw ba ang nasa sitwasyon na yan, ganun din ba ang gagawin mo? What would a reasonably competent professional do in that situation? At kung yun nga ang ginawa niya, hindi siya negligent. Pero kung hindi yun ang ginawa niya, if they fell below that standard, then they would be negligent. The same for lawyers, the same for motor vehicles, vehicle users. Although minsan meron tayong makikitang mga references, may mga clue kumbaga. One example is a code of conduct. As we have a code of conduct, may mga regulatory body, ang doktor, ang abogado, ang meron nga ang highway code. Even car users here in the UK may highway code. Kaya tayo pinapa-theory test, kailangan nating aralin yung standard of care natin bilang isang driver dito sa UK. So that's a very good example. May duty of care ka sa lahat ng users ng road users, including pedestrians, including other drivers, and including even cyclists, even motorcyclists. So yun ang duty of care, and the standard of care is set out doon sa highway code. If you reviewed the theory, andun, ano bang gagawin mo? That's where you can find what a reasonably competent driver should do. So yun, may reference tayo. That's a very, very good example. Hanapin mo din yung Health and Safety Act. So they always say, ay nako, yung restaurant na yun, negligent sila kasi hindi nila ginawa yung X, Y, and Z. So, saan natin nahanapin kung ano ba yung dapat gawin ng isang restaurant o isang establishment? Normally in the UK, may mga set practices tayo and set guidelines, and it's health and safety guidelines. So, they make sure na kung meron tayong i-allege, if we're alleging negligence or breach of duty of care ng isang premises, we look at those. We look at health and safety expectations sa kanila. And that's a starting point kung paano mo iti-test kung nakapasa ba sila sa standard na ini-impose ng batas sa kanila. For lawyers, again, ito tayo sa mga trivia natin. If you're a junior, if you're a law student, this is quite interesting. Inexperience is not an excuse. So if you're a junior lawyer, if you're a fully qualified lawyer, and 1 year qualified ka and 2 year qualified, hindi ka i-judge on the basis of a junior lawyer. You're gonna be judged as a reasonably competent lawyer. So that's quite interesting. Kung mga first years dyan or second year na qualified, that's the same as well for doctors. You can't say, naku, first year lang ako, second year lang ako. Hindi yan. Once you're qualified, you're qualified. You're gonna be assessed as a reasonably competent professional. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na konti lang ang experience mo. As I've said, when this becomes a legal issue, we look at yung mga references, code of conduct, mga NMC nurses, meron din silang code of conduct din. Sometimes yung mga nurses sasabihin, sabi, ang allegation sa akin is I fell below what's expected of me as a nurse. So the first port of call that we look at is kung ano yung nakalagay dun sa code nila, ano ba yung expectation, normally in terms of very, very strict so charting, in terms of certain yung kanilang conduct as a nurse, and so on and so forth. So that's where we look at yung references. If yung una lang to una lang po to, hindi pa yan slam dunk. Pag bumagsak ka dito, hindi pa po yan slam dunk. And I will explain next week bakit. But for the purposes of today, breach of duty muna. Tatanungin natin kung talagang reasonably competent yung isang professional o yung isang nagko-control ng premises, reasonably safe yung premises niya. Now, ang sabi ko sa inyo, may extra topic ngayon kasi kumbaga pinsan ng topic na to, itong vicarious liability. It doesn't come from the word vicarious. The best explanation siguro is minsan may mga situations, and most of the time in employee-employer relationship, automatic strict liability pag nagka-negligence act, naging negligent yung employee, and especially if he's doing that, ang requirement dun, if he's doing that conduct during the course of his employment, carrying out the business activity ng employer niya, automatic nakasama sa liable yung kanyang employer. That's quite for some people that's very shocking. Sabihin na hindi, yung empleyado ko naman yung may kasalanan na yan siya naman yung doon, yung talagang nagkamali. Now, may explanation yung batas dito. Ang sa paningin nila, yung mga ginagawa ng mga negosyo, all of those carries a natural risk. Lahat yan, sabi nga natin kanina, human error is a fact of life. So the economic activity ng business nyo, restaurant man yan, solicitor's firm man yan, whether it's a hospital, or whether it's a surveyor's business, or whether you have a fleet of cars or bus company kayo, all of that carries a risk. May risk na mag-aksidente, may risk na magkamali. And who benefits the most from that economic activity is yung employer. Sila yung mas may kapasidad, sila yung mas may means. So sila dapat ang titingnan ng batas in terms of being ultimately or also liable dun sa mga mali. And dito sa UK, may extra tayo na practical tips. Meron namang pwedeng gawin para ma-manage yung risk na yan. And a lot of business owners probably do know that. So yun yung ng batas. That's the reasoning behind this particular principle of law. It's because inutusan mo yan, gawin itong risky na business na to, that risky activity, you ultimately have the control. Kung ikaw ang employer, ikaw naman yung nag-uutos yan, ikaw yung nagbibigay ng order. So you have to carry that responsibility as well. You have to carry the responsibility kung magkamali ang inyong empleyado. Now, as I've said, hindi naman to lahat doom and gloom, hindi naman to para takutin ang ating mga kababayan dito. That's the reason why pag magbubukas po kayo ng negosyo, marami kayong naririnig na insurance, especially if you're an employer. So, sasabihin minsan, you have to get a public liability insurance. Ano ba yan? And, very simply, kapag may natisod po sa harap ng restaurant nyo, sa restaurant nyo, o may na-aksidente, that insurance, yung cover ng insurance niya, yung insurance na yan, pwede mag-cover nun, yung public liability. Although, hindi naman lahat ng sitwasyon, porket may nasaktan o may na-aksidente o may injury na nasuffer, automatic liable agad. As I've said, titingnan muna kung ano yung mga requirements. So kung ikaw ay isang business and you followed all that's required of you. For restaurant owners, nag-aral ka ng health and safety, you kept a health and safety record scrupulously, religiously, nandun na yung records mo all the time. That is a very good way of defending na hindi ka nag-fall below sa standard na nire-require sa'yo ng batas. So, it's always good. So, pag sinabi nila health and safety, alam ko pa, I worked in a restaurant before, so alam ko napakadami pong papeles at minsan ayaw mo nang gawin dahil busy ka. Please, it's really, really very important. Very important to update yourselves kung ano yung kailangan yung gawin, kailangan yung i-keep, what documents and what sort of practices you have to keep to keep in your restaurant, in your premises, to ensure na hindi lang sa conduct but also in terms of paper trail and evidence, mapapakita mo na talagang sinunod mo kung ano yung sinasabing dapat mong sundin. The same with other other professionals. Siguro pag sinabi, binigay mo ba tong advice na to? So the same with doctors and lawyers and probably nurses, kaya kailangan talaga charting. And the same with us, attendance notes. The same with doctors, they have notes. So they can prove that they followed a certain protocol, a certain standard of care, a certain competency sa kanilang profession. However, katulad din ng mga ibang insurance, meron din po kaming professional indemnity insurance. So kaya kami din, doctors as well as nurses in other industries, merong tinatawag tayong professional indemnity insurance. Kasi nga, ganun talaga ang buhay, human error is a fact of life. Meron din mga employee liability insurance. So all of this insurance offers, wala po akong commission for offering insurance. This is just an explanation kung dito bakit napakadaming insurance tayong binabayaran. And that's the reason for that is talagang na-manage niya yung risk. And if you look at it, speak with your financial advisor and find out kung ano yung best para sa business nyo, best para sa industriya nyo. Practical tip as well, as I've said, keep a record. Kung restaurant ka, kung ikaw ay professional, always make sure that you have a record of what you did, and make sure na updated ka sa continuing professional development. If you're a business, updated ka kung ano yung mga batas, legislation that applies to you. The same with us, we have to get updated. Hindi pwede yung alam namin 5 years ago, ganun pa rin yung i-apply namin. We have to always be updated kasi the law expects us to be updated of the changing dynamics. So the same as well with the rest of the industry. And if you're on the claimant side, pag sa tingin mo, ano ba talaga, hindi, sinasabi nila, they're denying liability, hindi daw sila liable at finalo din nila ang reasonable standard of care or reasonable skill and care in that particular industry. We always get an independent expert, if that's the case. Sometimes the same thing with, clinical negligence, professional negligence, or even yung mga motorway accidents. We call it a liability report. So, again, sangkap number 1 pa lang po to, hindi pa po to slam dunk na may negligence case ka. So, sa tingin mo, sa unang tingin mo, kala mo, breach na agad yun, panalo na ba tayo? Hindi pa po. So, it's one of the biggest hurdles, one of the biggest obstacles, but interesting in terms of practical application. So if you're a business owner or you're a professional, I hope this is helpful. I hope this sheds light kung bakit may mga ganitong mga batas na, bakit matik yan? Bakit ganun agad na kasama kami dyan? And you can see, hopefully, how you can manage this risk better.
Okay, asan yung microphone natin? Direct. Okay na ba? Ayan, okay na ako. Pasok na, okay. Alright, well, yes. Diligence, June. Okay yan, no? Okay itong ating discussion.
Insurance. Wala,
yung I was watching sa Netflix kasi ngayon, merong isang The Lincoln Lawyer, si Martin McConaughey. May movie yun, di ba? Pero merong series ngayon sa Netflix, yung maganda, attorney, parang siyang educational, it teaches you parang kung ano yung ginagawa din ng mga lawyers, no? But ito in terms of criminal law. Pero doon sa meron kasing eksena doon na yung diyan ba sa law sa inyo, you can inherit a practice? Kasi kamukha pinatay yung yung isang lawyer at the opening of the show, pina-inherit na tinawag siya ng isang judge, sabi niya ganun, sa'yo ngayon yung practice ni ganun, yung namatay na the lawyer. So
it's not very easy in the UK. I'll tell you why. Kasi kailangan pumasa ka muna sa SRA. You can't just, kung non-lawyer ka, you'll have to go through and be approved. Kung halimbawa hindi ka lawyer tapos bigla na pina-inherit sa'yo yung practice. There's some complications.
Lawyer din to. Lawyer, for example.
As well as insurance. Kailangan kang i-add sa insurance. So you can't practice here in the UK kung wala kang insurance, kung hindi po kayo insured. So technically probably, but I think it's not as simple here in the UK.
Okay. Hindi, kasi parang sinadya yung one of the clients, parang sinadya nung that previous lawyer na makulong. And so this new lawyer who eventually discovered kung ano yung mga ginagawa nagulat siya. He doesn't know the lawyer that well. Pero nagulat siya, pinatawag siya ng judge na yun nga, ina-announce na sa'yo iniiwan yung practice ni ganung lawyer, no? Na ikaw na ngayon mamamahala, lahat ng kliyente mo na. Parang gano'n, tapos may konting pera pa sa bangko, something like that, no? Pero one of the clients was nakulong for 5 years. Pero sinadya yun nung previous one kasi involved siya in something eh. So nung kinokorek nung bagong lawyer na yung Lincoln lawyer na I forgot his name, he said to his tinulungan niya para dahil walang kasalanan eh. Sabi niya, you've lost 5 years of your life, but you can claim against parang bawat lawyer yata, they go into yung may binabanggit ka parang insurance. Parang yung professional insurance or I don't know.
Yeah, ganun that's right.
Diba? So yun, sabi niya, you can claim on that. Sabi ganun sa malpractice. So ang solution ba?
Malpractice yung tawag nila sa States, but here we just call it negligence or professional indemnity insurance.
Okay. Yeah, well, insurance talaga ang sagot to everything, to minimize the liabilities. Kasi yung breach of duty, attorney, kinikwento mo kanina, for example, yung sa driving, di ba, bumabagsak, tapos yung kinuha na driver or something like that, tama ba yan?
Yeah.
Yung duty of care, breach of duty of care. Ini-explain mo kanina. So ang mitigation doon is insurance, tama ba? Hindi.
I mean, it's mitigation and negligence, hindi lang breach of duty of care. By all means, you still have to show. Kasi ang mangyayari niyan, kung every year ka na lang may mag-claim, yung insurance na babayar mo, pataas ng pataas yan. At then, at some point, hindi ka na baka ayaw ka nang i-insure ng mga insurance kasi baka makita, wala ka na, hindi lang to one-off Kasi tatanungin nila yan may nag-claim na ba sa'yo? Backup lang tong insurance, just for those situations talaga na you can't help it because of human error whatsoever. But really, the first advice is alamin mo talaga kung anong ina-expect sa'yo ng particular industry mo, whether restaurant man yan o pag-aabogado or pagdodoktor. You really have to understand yung code of conduct, yung ano yung expectation sa'yo, breach of duty, so that kung sa tingin mo may challenge sa'yo, and you can defend yourself accordingly na, pinalo ko yan nakalagay naman dun sa ano namin sa email ko or whatever, it's in the paper trail, and it's a tip for lawyers, it's part of your training, part yan when you go to law school, when you do, ewan ko may wala ng ano ngayon, when you see practice, when you go internship, part of this, hindi naman sa defensive ang lawyering mo, but you are very aware, very vigilant talaga kung ano yung standard of care expected of you, and making sure na yung standard of care na yan, very clear dun sa paper trail na nagawa mo. That's the reason why nurses are charting all the time. That's the reason why doctors chart all the time. Para malaman ng susunod na doktor o susunod na mag-handle sa patient kung ano yung ginawa mo, and they can act accordingly. That's the reason why we all have to keep that evidence that ang talagang unang recommendation do your job well. Have a safe premises, act with reasonable skill and care, and make sure na may ebidensya ka. Pero, pag may mga sitwasyon talaga na it's plain human error, at least may insurance ka.
Okay. Yan sa kunyari, so waiter, you're doing all the standards, so yung premises and everything, yung staff mo, properly hired. Siyempre, mga ganun. As an employer, kailangan yung due diligence, yung breach of, yung talagang sinunod mo, no? I have to hire good, competent employees, o kung hindi man, kailangan i-train ko sila, bigyan ko sila ng proper guidance or proper training and diba? Initiation and everything. So at least wala nang hahanapin sa yung masyadong negligent ka. And kung may nangyari mga aksidente or breach or whatever, at least you can say na, hey, I really did my job. I really did a perfect premises o maayos na premises. I really hired the siguro independently, so yung aking employee na ang liable. Teka muna, in that case, kunyari,
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. So
even your employee would likely not be liable there.
Okay. Kasi nga kasi ang nangyayari dito, what is being established is if kasalanan ng employee, parang vicariously, parang kasalanan din ng boss, parang gano'n, jointly sabi
may
rin.
mga exemption when they're doing, may exemption, may wording kami na the frolic on their own. So kung natural naman yung ginagawa
they frolic on their own, ha? Okay, they frolic on their own.
Halimbawa yung waiter, natural lang naman yung yung ginagawa yung trabaho niya, yun? Part yun. May parte yun ng vicarious liability. Pero halimbawa yung waiter, pasaway, siya talaga yung, kumbaga hindi naman parte ng trabaho niya, maglagay halimbawa ng basag na bote doon sa harap ng restaurant. That's different. That is different.
Ayun.
So, may mga exemptions. Pero what we're talking about dun sa vicarious liability, kumbaga ito mga common sense na mga although sometimes may mga komplikado talagang cases, but if that employee is doing an activity na natural dun sa business na yung course of business ninyo, most of the time under siya talaga ng employer. Pero kung pasaway siya and they were doing a frolic of their own, halimbawa sinindihan niya yung restaurant, di niya naman dapat sindihan yung restaurant ng inanuhan niya para masunog yung restaurant. That's a frolic of their own. Not to mention criminal as well.
Parang naalala ko tuloy yung yung wanton
dissipation of asset, yeah.
Wanton dissipation of asset. Yeah.
Kung law student ka, you will hear this. This is a top tip para sa mga law student. You will hear this. An employee being out on a frolic of their own. And then makikita mo to sa practice kasi ito yung parating kino-quote ng mga abogado. May mga favorite kaming kino-quote ng mga
on their own.
principles. Wanton dissipation of assets, I see that all the time. Frolic of their own, I see that all the time as well.
Ayan, okay. Well, nakatuwa pala, no? Iba rin talaga ang batas dito, sa Pilipinas kasi yung mga prescription of action, di ba? Pag nag-prescribe na, wala nang tapos na, o ganyan, no? Nakakatuwa, no? Wanton dissipation of the assets ba uli?
The assets, yeah, wanton.
Wow.
Ang matutuwa ko sa English law, napaka-flowery ng words nila. They have very beautiful phrases. They really have, medyo bibo sila sa kanilang mga phrases na yan.
Actually, ano yan, nag-spill over din sa atin yan. This is from the English to the Americans,
That's
papunta
right.
sa Pilipinas, no?
Oh my
Diba?
God, yeah,
Tayo, kopya-kopya lang naman tayo eh.
That's right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay, we have some questions again. Question time tayo. Okay, go, go, go. Ayan, okay. Questions, may question tayo, no? Okay, sige. Okay, ayan. Sige, attorney from Laura L.
From Laura, hello, Attorney Donna and Sir Sonny. My friend got married in London to a Filipino-British man, but got divorced recently. Now she's applying to change the last name, her ex-husband's surname, in her passport. But the embassy said she would need annotation from Philippine Statistic Authority
From the
that
Filipino,
the
yeah.
dissolve. She also need to get regional to inform about her divorce. The Philippine embassy require her to hire a lawyer. Is this valid? Hope you can give her an advice. Thanks for your help. Now,
Ito ba yan? Philippine Embassy would require her to hire a lawyer?
We don't know. I can't comment.
Oh, we can't comment. Oh, hindi natin
Someone
alam
did
kung
say or did not
sino
say. I
nakausap
can't
niyo.
comment without.
Oh.
What I would say is dalawa po yung may batas sa UK, may batas po sa Pilipinas. I can comment on batas sa UK. Sa batas sa UK, changing the name does not have anything to do kung sino yung kasawa mo or married name mo. You can change your name via deed poll. Madali po dito sa UK mag-change ng name. And you know that's you know any local lawyer could do that. And it doesn't, you know, you don't need to be divorced for that one. You can change your name for whatever reason here. Now, kung ano po yung ang sinasabi ng embassy, and I think yung tinatanong niyo po is under sa jurisdiction ng Pilipinas. I can't comment kung ano po yung gusto ng jurisdiction ng Pilipinas because I can only comment on the jurisdiction of the UK. As far as UK is concerned, you know, if you want to change your name, you don't have to be divorced to change your name. In terms of the Philippines, the only comment that I can say is sa Pilipinas, in order for you to update your marriage records, you would have to get an international judgment like a divorce to be recognized sa Pilipinas. So, yun ang aking hanggang doon lang po yung pwede kong ma-assist in terms of the Philippine jurisdiction. Kasi two-strand po yung question nyo.
Okay, sinisili ko, alam, malapit ako, you know, parang binabasa ko yung ating ano. More of the Philippines, may mga Philippines no, eh, siyempre hindi naman natin outside of our area of competence na yan dahil she's talking about mga Philippine Statistics Authority, that the marriage has been dissolved. Oh, okay, may ganun pa ba?
You still have the marriage, an international judgment, just like a divorce, would still have to be recognized. Kailangan mo pa rin i-apply yan sa Philippine courts to be recognized by the Philippine authority. I think we all know that, na kailangan mo pa rin ipa-recognize yan as an international judgment.
Meron Yeah, go, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, hindi lang yun yung ano. We always ask, ano ba yung objective? Ano ba yung kailangan nating isolbahin? What we wanted to solve here is gusto niya i-change yung Philippine passport niya. So, you know, you're gonna have to follow kung ano yung sinasabi ng Philippine jurisdiction. As I've said, I can't comment on that dahil ang jurisdiction o a UK. As far as the UK jurisdiction is concerned, it's a fairly simple exercise to change your name here.
Tama yun. You did poll nga. Napakadali ba? Attorney, have you ever encountered some people changing their names, really?
I've done it.
Have you done it? I briefly worked at the Royal Brompton Hospital, briefly lang. And I was at the, naging ako nun outpatient services administrator ako for a while. Briefly lang when I And meron yung deed poll, nag-submit lang siya dahil pinabago yung kanyang patient case, yung record niya, medical records niya. Nagbago lang, deed poll. Nakakita na ako ng sample ng deed poll. Pinotocopy ko nga yun eh.
Sobrang dali lang po.
So kunyari ako, si Sonny Laragan, gusto kong ipalitan ng pangalan kong Edgar Duway. Paano ngayon? Kung may Edgar Duway na Edgar Duway, okay lang yun?
Yeah, but well, they don't really, they don't really ask you why. The only thing, the reason why dito tatanungin ka. Alam mo naman dito, lahat ng forms are you known by any other name? So pag nag-change ka ng name, wala kang credit history, wala kang lahat, and obviously that will spark superstition. The system in the UK in terms of following yung mga identity ng tao is pretty good enough. Yun ang naano ko. Yun ang naano ko kasi they don't check kung may kapangalan ka na, but the system is there to probably raise an alarm. Bakit ganito yung pangalan mo, and napakadaming John Smith, Mr. Laragan, di ba? So,
yes.
Problema yon. Hindi naman naging problema yon dito sa UK. Napakadaming mga William Smith. Hindi naman naging problema yon. But then it's gonna be a problem for you kasi you're gonna have to disclose ang former name mo ay SONNY Laragan, and then you're going to have to try again. Kasi dito naman, mga biometric natin dito, kuhang-kuha na lahat. Kahit anong pangalan mo sa sarili mo, they'll try to find you via biometric.
If you're answering yung question ng girl na yun, for example, can she, yung friend yata nagtanong, pwede bang to simplify, kasi sabi mo pretty straightforward, no? Magkano ba yan? May fee, magkano ba fee? Mura lang yan, no? How long does it...
It's not expensive.
When you did...
I can't comment on other people's fees for that.
Okay.
That is not an expensive one.
Okay lang yan. Pero ibig sabihin, ang iyang bang deed poll, does it have to go through a government agency that finalizes it? Or ano ba yan? Parang online lang? Di ba? Minsan nag-apply tayo online.
There's a simpler way of doing it. We call it a Statutory Declaration. You're just declaring that you're changing your name. One lawyer would draft it, and I would ask you to go to another lawyer. Yung other lawyer na yun is mag-witness lang ng ng pag-swear mo na ito nga sa'yo at ito nga statement mo talaga. And then once you have that Statutory Declaration dito sa UK, you just send that to the Home Office passport renewal, and once they've done their checks, they can change that. A lot of people do that. Yung married name, maiden name, normal po yan.
Married name, maiden name. Sorry, mas madali. Kunyari kung may asawa sila, dating pangalan nila, they can revert back. They can revert back to their old names. Ganun ba? Hindi.
No, I was just making a comment. It's not unusual. It's quite common after divorce they change back to their
yes.
Or whatever, minsan yung middle name nila dati yung gusto nilang gamitin. It's not unusual. So we've done it. I've done it in the past. Nakapasa naman sa passport office and na-change niya yung passport niya, but this is UK passport.
Oh, okay. So yung may kababayan tayo, kunyari lalaki, kunyari, big fan siya ni Gabby Concepcion. So, pwede niya, kunyari, pangalan niya ngayon, Peter Uy, kunyari. Tapos gusto niya maging Gabby Concepcion, pwede. Walang problema rito sa UK.
Pwede niyang gawin. And how that would affect his credit rating.
Yun ang downside. Siguro, yung mga credit rating.
Technically, pwede niyang gawin yun.
Pwede niyang gawin. Okay. They have to reestablish mga downsides is yung credit history, credit rating mo. Wala ka, di ba? So, if you have to open bank accounts and everything,
you have to open bank accounts again. You'll have to ask your tenant mo yung kung nagre-renta ka, tenancy agreement mo, kung nasa sa'yo yung titulo ng bahay mo, change mo na naman.
Change mo na naman pala yun. Okay. Interesting yan, no? Gusto ko maghanap ng Pinoy na nagpalit yan. Sana makakita ako ng Pinoy. Kasi maganda ma-interview
complete change po. And I've done it for Filipino. Pero British passport lang yung na-change namin.
Okay. Anyway, sige. Anyway, okay lang. Alright, may tanong dito from Gigi Elamparo. Siya ho pala, no? Tuesday ho ngayon. Anything, no? You could, other than immigration, pwede ho niyong itanong. Thursdays ho yun, yung immigration, no? Okay, attorney yan. Si Gigi Elamparo, yan. Attorney Dana.
Na ako dati, kasal ako sa Pinas at na-approve divorce ko. Siya ata yung nagtanong nito but until now, family name ko sa ex-husband ko, pwede ko ba palitan dito kasi sa passport ko sa ex-husband ko pa. I think the UK passport is easier. UK passport po, wala pong problema. You just have to do a statutory declaration of change your name and then you
really?
can apply for your passport.
Pwede yun?
Yeah, I said earlier.
Paano yung statutory, attorney? Paano yung statutory?
Yeah,
kunyari,
you
Hindi kasi ganito situation. Sa Spain kasi, baliktad ang pangalan eh. So, sa Spain, Pilipina ka, pero may namita ko mga Pilipino na i-change nila ng parang tama eh. Hindi nila sinunod yung sa Spain. Sa Spain kasi, kunyari, ako, si Sonny Laragan de Leon. Nanay ko, de Leon, no? So, baliktad ang passport ko, Sonny Laragan de Leon. So, akala nila paglipat mo ng UK, parang lumalabas sa apelido mo, De Leon eh. Pero ang gusto mo i-correct yun, so kunyari, yung mga Spanish citizens na Pinoy, pwede ba na lang, let's say, do they have to become, applying now for a British citizenship, din nakapag-British citizenship, iaayos ba nila yun, no? Pwede nilang ayusin nila, kunyari, Sonny Laragan, ganun, yun lang. Pwede? Pwede. At least mo statutory
declaration. Yeah, I said statutory declaration. I, Sonny Laragan de Leon, formerly known as Sonny Laragan de Leon, wishes to be now known as Sonny Laragan. From this day, hindi ko na matandaan yung full
May
word.
Form ba yan? May form sa mga lawyers ba kinukuha yan? Paano kinukuha yan?
A lawyer would have to draft it properly. And then you have to...
And then, nasabit mo na ngayon sa home office.
No, as I've said earlier, you have to bring that document to another lawyer.
Okay.
Para magsiswear ka, kumbaga magsiswear ka sa Bible or sa but you're going to swear to the lawyer habang sinasign mo. The reason why second lawyer ang pupuntahan is for independence.
Okay.
So may second lawyer na pupuntahan and they charge nominal £5 lang. We call that a swear.
Okay, so nagawa na yan. What happens now with the paper?
You send that to the home office.
Yun na yun. Alright. Okay. O ba, hindi ko alam yan, ha? Ibig sabihin ngayon, that's added information doon sa mga taong gusto magbago ng pangalan, apelido, and everything, no? Ayan. So, yeah, Attorney Dana, ayan, no? Okay. So, Gigi, ayan. Pwede.
UK lang po yan. Hindi po yan Philippine passport. I cannot comment on Philippine.
UK passport na tayo.
Or UK change of name lang po. UK change of name. Madali lang po. It's quite well known na madali ang change of name dito.
Ayun. Dito, hindi naman gumulo. Dito, sa UK kasi, ang middle name, sa passport ko kasi, ang pangalan ko, Joseph, first name, middle name, Sonny, and then Laragan. Pero siyempre, di ba, sa Pilipinas, sa middle name, yung apelido ng nanay mo, di ba? De Leon, ganyan. So, nung inayos ko na, nung nag-passport na ako, finifill-upan ko. So, first name ko, Joseph, and then middle name, Sonny. Kasi gano'n dito, middle name, di ba? Kunyari, ikaw ba, attorney, may middle name ka? I mean, double name ka ba?
Double name po ko. Ngayon, ang nangyari, if I can remember properly, first name and lang ata dito first name and surname. So, yung first name ko po, tatlo, Danilyn Christina Silio. And then, yung dating middle name ko, napunta na dun sa first name ko. So, Danilyn Christina Silio. And then, Quinto yung last name ko. Very strange.
Teka muna. Yung tatlong pangalan mo, dinagdagan pa ng middle name ng nanay mo. Nag-iapat.
Dalawa lang yung totoong pangalan ko, Danilyn Christina. Yung middle name ko, Silio. Pero nung ginawa yung citizenship ko, dinagdag nila yung middle name ko sa first name ko.
Ganon din sa akin, attorney. Ganon din sa akin. Ang pangalan ko, lumabas yung NI ko, National Insurance, di ba? Para makapagtrabaho at lahat. Dahil first time ko mag-fill up sa Department of Welfare, kung saan yun. Pag fill up ko, first time ko dumating dito, Joseph, 4 names. Joseph Sonny. Middle name, De Leon. Last name, Laragan. Paglabas ng haba ng pangalan ko, Joseph Sonny De Leon Laragan. So, ganun din nangyari sa'yo.
Ugali po nila dito yan. Ugali. I think ang middle name nila dito, yung definition ng middle name nila is second name. So,
second name. Second name. Kunyari, si William, kunyari lang, hindi ko alam kung si William is Prince William. Kunyari, William Charles. Kunyari, ang first name niya, William, ang middle name niya, Charles. And then yung surname niya, di ba? Kung Windsor, di ba? Pareho tayo ng case. Ganyan nangyari sa akin. Ang pangalan ko, kaya ang haba nung hindi magkasya yung pangalan ko sa NI dahil Joseph Sonny De Leon Lara haba. Parang umabot na doon sa buong...
Sa passport ko, yun ang Dannelyn Christina.
Wow. Ay, hindi, inayos ko sa passport. Inayos ko, attorney. Pagdating sa passport na, ginawa ko, pag application ng passport, ginawa ko Joseph, first name ko, middle name Sonny, and then Laragan. Ganun, ganun. Okay. Hinabol ko yun. Nung sabi ko, teka mo, bakit? Ano ang pangalan ko?
Ang haba. Tapos pag i-print yung mga boarding card, no, what's your name? Napakahaba ng pangalan mo. Akala nila yung talaga pangalan mo.
Pareho pala tayo ng situation. Akala ko sa akin lang nangyari. Sabi ko, baka...
nila dito.
Hindi kasi baka pag fill up mo ng form, kasi when I was filling up the form, I remember exactly when I was filling up my form to apply for my national insurance, yung form, wala naman akong kakilalang Pinoy. Hindi naman ako, kaya naman ako naging lumabas, hindi naman ako lumalabas dati. Wala akong kilalang Pinoy. Nagpadala lang ako ng pera doon sa Parachilen. I don't know if you know the story how I came about na hanggang sa later on, nag-MC na ako ng lahat ng body fiesta all over the UK. It all started with just padala. And then when I was at Parachilen, sabi sa akin nung uy, ganda ho ng boses nyo. Pakilala ko kay sa ate ko. Siya ho ang organizer ng Modern Body Fiesta. And that was how it started. Hindi naman ako lumalabas. Nasa bahay lang ako. Inom lang ako ng beer. Hindi naman ako papag-socialize. Wala akong kaibigan masyado mga Pinoy. And that was how it started. So, yun. Ganun lang. Ganun lang. Kaya, when I was filling up yung form, sabi ko, kamukha na sila nangyari sa'yo, Joseph Sonny, 4 names. Kasi yung 4 name nila, may S may 4 names, may S pa. So, ibig sabihin, inisip ko, tinatanong nito. So, siguro, common sense. So, ito yung mga names ko, first names ko, 4 names. So, nilagay ko, Joseph Sonny. Middle name, De Leon. Surname,
ako din, nakala ko gano'n. Tapos dinagdag nila doon sa 4 names ko. Ba't ganyan? Ba't ako alam ko?
Pinunta ko pa sila, attorney, punta pa ako sa, di ba, usually, ina-update mo yun sa mga job center. Punta ako sa job center. Pinaayos ko, pero hindi rin naayos. Hindi pa rin na...
Mahirap ayusin. Hinayaan ko ng sa mga official documents, sa haba pangalan ko. Sabi ko, grabe.
Pinaayos ko na sa passport ko, naayos ko na, awa ng Diyos. Baka pwede ba rin ayusin yan? Kasi sa akin, Joseph Sonny Laragan na ako. Okay
attach ako dun sa middle name.
So, tatlo pangalan. So, teka muna, ang pangalan mo, ang 4 names mo yung dalawa.
Dannelyn Christina. Yes.
And then, yung middle name mo, Silio.
Silio.
Well, okay na rin. Kaya lang, pwede mo naman sa bagay, pwede naman dito, maski may middle name ka, if you use your first. Ang sa akin, alanganin nga ako dahil ang pangalan ko, Joseph, masyado formal, Joseph Laragan. So, minsan tawag sa akin ng mga tao, anywhere, Mr. Joseph, unusual sa akin, mas comfortable ako sa Sonny, di ba? Sonny yung gusto ko Kaya lang Joseph, walang choice Kaya Joseph. Anyway, so okay. Attorney, ito, mabilis lang to. Ito, bago tayo magpaalam at mga Ayan, sige, ano to yata kay Sonia,
Sonia says, hello Attorney Donna and Sir Sonny. I'm a nanny here in the UK sa kapwa nating Pinoy. As of now, hindi maayos yung ugnayan namin ng amo ko. Delayed po ang sahod ko at minsan kulang. Hope you can give me an explanation about my legal rights with the situation para alam ko po yung dapat gawin ko. Maraming salamat. No, Sonia, yes, may rights kami. Hopefully, we're good to look at kung sana may contract kayo. Kung kontrata mo ay nakalagay doon, kung ano yung bayaran nyo, monthly arrears or what do you call it, income and wages in arrears per month. And kung wala kang dito, ang official na is magbigay ka muna ng kumbaga grievance. Sabihin mo muna, hindi ko na hindi ko nakukuha yung wages na that we agreed upon this contract, whether ano man yan, in writing man yan, and hopefully in writing yan para mas madali ang ebidensya later on. So you can give that warning first, but then in due course you can say constructively dismiss ka kung breach yan ng contract nyo na hindi ka bayaran, and you can go and start an employment tribunal case. Pero before ka start an employment tribunal case, it's worth looking at ACAS, ACAS. because you might have to go through a certain what we call early conciliation process. So parang mediation muna. But maganda dun sa ACAS, ACAS, look it up, madaming mga information doon and they give free advice as well. But meron kang malaki ang mga rights ng mga empleyado dito, and they really do need to pay you yung wages mo. And if hindi ka nila mabayaran, you have every right to say constructively dismiss ka and pwede mo silang dalhin sa tribunal. But you have to go through the process first, maybe go through mediation first.
Okay, pero baka she's being taken advantage of dahil ano yan, baka
Immigration.
baka overstaying o TNT, no? In that case, for example, kung TNT siya, wala siya magagawa, no?
Unfortunately.
Kasi yun ang ano
Kasi the court can't, they'd have to probably call the home office kung gano'n. Hindi ko alam, but the court can't, it would be very difficult. Wala.
Kung legal ang stay mo, meron kang kung ayos ang walang
absolutely.
problema. So yung ACAS, tama yan. Pupuntahan niya, ACAS and everything, yung mga sinasabi mo.
May kontrata yan. May kontrata talaga yan na ganitong gagawin. And keep a tally, sabi minsan kulang. Baka ang problema minsan niya kasi hindi na, nagkakaroon ng debate kung magkano yung nabayaran at magkano hindi. Make sure you keep a tally kung magkano yung binabayaran sa'yo at magkano yung due sa'yo, ha? So para pag nagreklamo ka na, alam mo agad kung magkano yung figure na hindi pa nila nababayaran.
Okay. Eto may parang comment si yung roving reporter natin, attorney. Tingnan mo kung tama to. Mukhang mukhang added information siya, no? Ano sinasabi niya?
I think those who change their sex, it follows palit din ng name, may court order pa that you need to call them on their new name. I'm not sure about those who change the gender, yung mga transgender na mga kababayan. But yung change ng name as far as we are concerned, and I know this for a fact kasi meron kami atang case before yung change ng name talaga very very easy lang. I think yung change ng gender ng may court order, yung change ng name very easy lang.
Kunyari yung nagpalit ng sex at lahat, no. Kunyari ang pangalan niya Baldo Romero. Ngayon pangalan niya ngayon Michelle. Kung tawagin ko siyang Baldo, pwede niya akong demanda?
No, I don't
Baldo, Baldo, attend ka ng birthday namin, may konting get together. Hindi naman
it becomes a harassing conduct na parang nangaasar ka na at alam mo na naaasar siya at it becomes it becomes a discrimination issue and it becomes a harassment.
Okay.
Yung alam ko ito for a fact, I think I rejogged my memory. Alam ko na kung halimbawa in the process ka na ano yung tawag nila yung transition dun sa mga transgender kasi may naging client ata kami in the past. You don't need, kung gusto mo lang mag-change ng name mo, walang kailangan ng court order. The same statutory declaration would do just fine.
Really, ha? Wala ka ng...
Pero hindi
mo na kailangan ng deed poll din kasi deed poll... Teka muna, ang deed poll ba? Okay, you can change your name, pero kung lalaki ka, kailangan ng name mo, lalaki din, ganun? Hindi naman. Kunyari, Sunny Laragan ako, gusto kong gawing Justin Bieber. So,
it's two options. You can do deed poll or statutory declaration. A deed poll, hindi po yan magkaibang option yan, either deed poll or a statutory declaration.
Which is more, which has more weight, which pareho lang ba yan, o? Pareho lang.
Mas yung statutory declaration.
Okay. Yun naman pala eh.
In the past, I think, for a trans nung nagta-transition, hindi ko hinahanap yung court order niya. I just said, okay, I understand. Binigyan niya ako ng slight background kasi syempre titingnan mo, okay, ano nangyari? You get kung ano nangyayari, but it's nice to be briefed. So, okay, no problem. The same with previously nung nasa St. Albans ako. You don't look at the court order. In terms of changing yung gender mismo, official change ng gender, I think yun yung sinasabi ni Edgardo.
Okay. Pero kung nagbago ka kanyari hindi itong pangalan, no? Nagbago ka ng pangalan, sa palagay mo ba, yung situation mo tsaka situation ko, na yan, kamukha nun, yung middle name natin na nandiyan dyan, marami siguro, what do you think? Hula mo lang kaya? Maraming mga Pinoy na ganyan ang nangyari sa kanilang situation?
I've heard of this. I think I may have done one na, sabi ko naman gusto mo ditong tanggalin, may tinanggalan na extra ng pangalan. Kasi parang yun daw naiinis ata. Inis na inis lang ata kasi parang, sabi niya hindi ko na ginagamit yan, gusto ko lang tanggalin. Or minsan may bad memory or whatever. Yung gusto lang, most of the time, it's nothing sinister talaga. Kasi dito, kahit anong gawin mo, makahanap ka pa rin ng batas. Yung checks and balances dito, yung sistema dito, it's so rigorous. Kaya yung nakikita kong mga nag-change of name dito, talagang yung mga ganyan, mga may typo, o kaya may naiinis na may, parang sa atin may extra na pangalan. Tapos gusto na talaga tanggalin para malinis yung pasaporte or parang umiksi naman yung pangalan niya. We've had that in the past.
May ano ako may kwento ko lang, nagkukwentuhan lang naman tayo, patapos na tayo at ano lang, no? And ang pangalan ko talaga, attorney, tunay kong pangalan, Sonny LARAGAN. Sonny lang, Sonny. Nung sa birth certificate ko, Sonny lang. So, ang tag dito, nung bininyagan ako, sabi nung pare, si Joseph Milford, Joseph din ang pangalan eh. Sabi niya, hindi Christian name tong Sonny. Gawin natin Christian name. So nagdagdagan ngayon, naging Joseph Sonny sa baptismal. Noong araw, hindi mahigpit sa Department of Foreign Affairs. You can get a passport. Kung hindi mo kagad makuha yung birth certificate mo, yung baptismal certificate mo. So, baptismal lang na-submit ko, nag-stick na ngayon yon. Pero actually, yung Joseph kasi, when I was growing up, akala ko, nung Joseph, formal name, nickname lang Sonny. So I was elementary, Joseph, hanggang sa nag-high school ako, nung magka-college ako sa UST, hinanap yung birth certificate ko. Pag-produce namin, ang pangalan ko, Sonny. Paano nga ito? Graduate ako elementary, tsaka high school, Joseph ang pangalan ko. So ginawa ko, doon ako nung first year college ako sa UST, ginawa ko ng Joseph Sonny ang pangalan ko. Yun. Which is nandun sa baptismal certificate ko. Pero I am not comfortable being called Joseph kasi yun ang nauuna sa pangalan mo, Joseph eh. Joseph, pero Joseph, parang ano, parang si Jokoy tuloy, Joseph, si Jokoy, kaya si Jokoy?
Jokoy, kilala ko ba?
May movie yata si Jokoy yata.
Well, may movie, nagbabalik na naman si Jokoy.
Meron yata, sa balita ko, sino ba nag-produce yata si Steve Spielberg? Parang may ano ko eh. Kasi, di ba sabi ng nanay, sabi niya, Joseph, di ba yung nanay niya? Joseph. Well, yeah, yun lang yun ang pare-pare tayo ng kwento, attorney. At least na pag-usapan natin yan. Mga middle name na yan. But anyway, okay, baka may mga last pagbati tayo, direct. Meron pa bago ka tayo magpaalam at alam ni attorney ko saan paano siya makontak kung may mga gustong itanong. Sige, ano yan? Okay, nagkaroon ng technical na pagpasok niyan, okay. But anyway, sige. Well, okay, sige. Maraming salamat. Pero magandang information ni Edgardo Cagastian, no? Yan, kamukha yan. Curious ako, ano kaya passport ni Edgardo mahaba, Cagastian Enriquez, no?
Mahaba din,
British ka na ba, Edgardo? Tama, di ba? Edgardo, no? Oo, British ka na ba? Tapos, paano labas ng passport mo? Bang may middle name ka ba?
Na-biktima ka rin ba ng forename at middle name na yan?
Four names. Ganyan, four name.
Napakadami ata natin na na yung mga Pilipino lalo. Tapos yung forename natin, kasama na natin yung middle name natin.
Ang gulo, no? Maraming kasi nga, di ba, sa Pilipinas, middle name. At saka very demanding sila sa Pilipinas. They want, kunyari, maski hindi mo mailagay yung middle name na kompleto, kundi at least yung initial, kunyari, yung, di ba? Initial lang, kung anong letter yon. Nagdi-demand sila, kunyari, magpadala ka sa Pangko de Oro, o mag-ano ka, ganyan. Hinahanap yung middle name eh. Pag hindi mo na kompleto yan, hindi matatapos yung online mong di ba? So, very particular, pero dito, hindi sila masyadong particular sa middle name,
Kahit first name mo nga lang minsan, okay na dito.
First name mo lang. Ako, pangalan, ang dami kong papers lang, mga documents, puro Joseph LARAGAN lang eh. Wala nang Joseph Sonny, basta, o kaya JS na lang, ganyan, no?
Yeah,
so,
JS,
JS na lang, ano ka, attorney? Ano ka? You are DANNA, Christina, ano?
Dannilyn Christina Silio.
Dannilyn Christina. Teka muna, nung elementary ka ba, naparusahan ka ba nung bata ka na, yung you will write your name 100 times, gano'n? O hindi?
Naparusahan din ako.
Ganun, pero when you are young, isa lang ang, may sinasama mo rin yung second
Kailangan
name
ko
mo.
isama. Natuto ko, kailangan ko isama. Danilyn Christina talaga.
Okay. So, okay. So,
may masipag ako sa girl kasi hindi ko na-expect na pati yung middle name ko ay kailangan ko ilagay dito sa pangalan ko. Nakita ko yung passport ko, dito ako. Pati ko, oh my God, ito na yung pangalan ko.
I don't know kung bakit nagtanda na ako doon sa passport eh. So, dahil parang ang pangit kasi nung yung national insurance ko, Joseph Sonny De Leon. Grabe, sabi ko haba niya na. So, yun, pwede pala pag nag-apply ka ng passport,
Ako gagawa, tatanggalin ko yun sa...
Nag-aalangan nga ako kung wala kasi rin ako mapagtanungan. Teka muna, i-dare ko ba to? Ang first name ko, Joseph, tapos middle name ko, Sunny. I-dare ko ba? Parang gano'n nung nag-fill up ako. Parang baka magkaroon ng problema. Pero hindi, okay lang eh. So, Joseph Sunny, middle name, Laragan, no? So, yeah, yan. Yung mga dagdag kaalaman din sa ating mga kababayan na kung nandito first time nyo, kung mag-apply na kayo ng permanent, na citizenship nyo, ayun baka sakali yung mahabol nyo yung pangalan nyo sa passport. Pero sa sa driver's license ko, attorney, meron akong Joseph Sonny, tapos biglang may D. Letter lang, D.
Di lang. Nila na.
So, buti na lang. Kaya minsan nagkakagulo-gulo din pagka nag-apply ako. Yung sinubukan ko yung Revolut, yung dalawang mga international na mga banking, Revolut, at saka isa pa eh. Dahil hindi nag-match, pinakita ko sa license, nagtaka sila may D. Saan yun? Nanggaling, De Leon kasi nga, ganun, kompleto. Anyway. Sige, attorney, how do they contact you? And baka may ako mga shoutouts, go right ahead, please.
Yes, you can contact me at danna.quinto@dbsolicitors.com or call us at 01234225188. Again, it's danna.quinto@dbsolicitors.com or call us at 01234225188. Thank you, Direk Pao, as usual, and Mr. Laragan. Shout out to you kasi ikaw talaga yung inspirasyon this week. Gusto ko mag-shout out at proud na proud talaga ako dito sa aking co-host. Talagang mahal na mahal ka namin. Very, very, very proud of you.
Oy, sana tuloy-tuloy kasi I'd like to really to be able to inspire and influence a lot of mga friends natin. So, kaibigan at lahat. Actually, I wanted to yung aking journey, I wanted to document it sana pero baka ako hindi mangyari. But somehow, thank God, successful naman from 185 down to almost 150. Hindi biro din yun, it's a bit of a dedication and I think it's doable kung gagawin lang, So, meron pa akong isang surprise sa attorney pero hindi ko muna sabihin pero yun, behind that,
Abangan ko na next week.
Abangan mo na lang. Pag medyo okay na, saka ko lalabas, ito naman kasi confirmed na naman nasa na ako mababa na yung aking at least mga 14 kilos, 15 kilos, I lost it, So, confirmed yan. Kasi nakikita mo naman ako na medyo chiseled na tayo, di ba? Jawline, nakikita na ito lumalalim. Tapos, parang so, okay lang yan. Sabi nga ng mga kakilala ko, payat mo na. Payat na raw, Oo. So, may another surprise next time. So, ikaw na, kaya natutuwa din ako sa'yo dahil yung mo, di ba? Nagke-kettleballs bell, kettlebell, kettlebells,
Kaya healthy tayo lahat.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the mountains and looking forward to spending summer, making sure that the summer will going out. I want to go back to the Lake District kasi I really truly enjoyed yung Lake District, attorney. Hindi ko napuntahan yung sinasabi mo, There was isang part na hindi ko napuntahan talaga, nagalugan na yung iba. Upper, sayang, sayang. But at least, andiyan pa naman, hindi na mawawala Lake District. Hindi na mawawala yan. But we love it. So we look forward to mga activities natin, attorney, and hopefully get to see our kababayans. Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye, Sana nag-enjoy kayo dito sa aming kwentuhan with information, ni attorney, So, yung mga business owners, somehow, medyo nagkaroon ka na idea kung anong gagawin niyo to mitigate yung mga liabilities ninyo, no? In case na you're running a business, kasalanan man o hindi nung may kasalanan ng inyong empleyado, somehow protected din kayo, no?
Exactly.
So, yeah. At abangan nyo, every week we have information katulad yan. So, may, ano ba tayo, panabago series tayo because you were saying we were talking about the previous ones. Ito, parang start nitong ganito, no?
Start on negligence series.
Negligence
so,
case.
Next
So, okay.
naman yung kabilang sangkap or baka i-join ko yung dalawang sangkap na yun in one yung dalawang sangkap na natitira i-join ko in one session next week. Pero nandito tayo, negligence series. Iwanan muna natin yung divorce.
Okay.
Balikan natin after about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes. Okay. Alright. So, yan abangan nun ninyo. So, negligence cases pa rin, no? Something about negligence na pag-uusapan natin for next week. So, sa ngalan siyempre ni Attorney Dana Quinto, ang ating specialist in terms of legal law dito sa UK. And siyempre, ang ating pinakamamahal na director na kundi dahil sa kanya, we wouldn't be smoothly going on air, no? Si Direct Paula Perez. No? Maraming salamat, no? So, sa ngalan ni Attorney Dana Quinto, ni Direct Paula Perez, ito po si Sonny Laragan nagsasabing, thank you very much sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay dito sa Legal Advice Corner, happening every Tuesday. So, happy Tuesday, Shan. So, let's do it again next week. Till then, this is Sonny here saying thank you for keeping us company. So, take care. God bless and good night. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasayang papawid 24 oras. Buong linggo sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK.